Hello everybody, it's your boy DometriousTheTitan, and today is a sad fucking day. So today is Friday, November 27th, and let's just talk about my experience this morning. So I was just scrolling through Twitter, and that's when I discovered that the PlayStation 5 launched in stores again today, Black Friday, for GameStop. I had no idea, and apparently that doesn't matter, because when I did find out, I was going through Twitter, I saw that there was some kind of crazy ass line with people camping, there was tents out and all that stuff. I'm not into that at all, I would never, but there was people camping out in order to get their PlayStation 5s today, and I was disappointed, because by the time I called, they were sold out at every single GameStop, even in areas that I don't live in, because I tried calling those as well. And I'm not going to get a PlayStation 5. And one guy that worked at GameStop said we probably will not see them until like around April. And I wasn't mad. I was disappointed. And there's a difference there, because the people that camped out, I understand that I would never go camp out. I personally would never go that far for really any game or system or anything like that. But even though I really wanted it, I would wake up early but not camp out. But I was disappointed. I'm not mad at those people, because the guy at GameStop said one of them, he saw some people camping out since Wednesday. Jesus Lord, guys, that's some dedication right there. But all right, that's you. That's fine. Those are people that really wanted the console, and they had the time and they put in the effort in order to make sure that they secured the bag, that they made sure they got their PlayStation 5. Myself, I'm not willing to do that, go that far. And so, snooze you lose. It is what it is. I'm very disappointed, but I'm not mad at them. I'm very happy that those are people that have their console, that have those PlayStation 5s, those consoles at home, and they're going to go home after a hard day of sleeping outside of GameStop, and they're going to be able to play the thing that they've been waiting on. That's fine. What I do take issue with is these fucking price scalpers, or these scalpers. And they're everywhere. And one thing that I don't see, and I've been seeing all over YouTube, people saying like, oh, these scalpers are awful, these scalpers are bad. Yes, they are. But what they're not talking about as well is the fact that a lot of them aren't real. Some of them aren't real. And what I mean by that is I took the time to reach out to a few scalpers. None of them, and it's funny because like everyone that wanted a PlayStation 5 knows how much the PlayStation 5 costs. A lot of these scalpers are selling them up to like anywhere between like $1,100 to like $2,000 or more, and it makes no sense that people are actually purchasing them, but I think some people are purchasing them. You guys need to stop doing that, because purchasing from scalpers continues to breed more scalpers. But some of these scalpers, like at least what I saw on like Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp, some of them don't actually have the PlayStation 5, and what they'll tell you is you need to send the money through Cash App or whatever. They'll come up with some bullshit story about how they live, or they've been working or going to school in some other area, even though they're they live like up the road, and you have to send them like Cash App money through Cash App or whatever it is in order to receive your PlayStation 5, that they will ship to you. Sure, you're never gonna see that thing. So yeah, this whole PlayStation 5 launch has been a failure on many fronts. I say all of this stuff to say, and yes, I did, by the way, try again with Walmart the last time, but here's a short clip as to what happened. The PlayStation 5 sold out within the first minute and a half of it being put up. Now, all of that brings me to this article here. This article specifically is by, or the one that I'm looking at specifically is by Video Games Chronicle. I will have a link in the description of all of my sources, of course. And it says here, a UK-based scalper group has said it has no regrets over allegedly reselling almost 3,500 PlayStation 5 consoles for profit this month. Crep Chief Notify, sorry, is a company comprising thousands of paid members who are said to have used bot software to circumvent online retail queues and automatically purchase PS5 consoles as they came in stock. Sorry, that was weird wording here. So what this is, we all know that is the scalpers are using bots, and what they're doing is, in order to get around a lot of these retailers having this, one purchase per person rule, they set up multiple accounts in order and use bots throughout those multiple accounts in order to get around that and purchase as many PlayStation 5s as they want. This is egregious. 3,500, and I there are some people who are going to be like, oh well, that's not a lot in comparison to how many PlayStation 5s sold, but this is 3,500 PlayStation 5s that were taken by that are being held hostage by scalpers from one company. And the issue is that forget just the big companies, there are bigger organizations that are taking crazy amounts of PlayStation 5s by using bots, because the bots can purchase the PlayStation 5 at a rate quicker than the human reaction time, quicker than you can click. These bots are already buying them up. You had no chance. I had no chance. I still don't have my PlayStation 5. But again, this is one company doing this. 3,500. There are other companies doing the same thing, and then there are, going down the ladder here, there are individuals that are scalping as well. They're not necessarily a huge company, but in addition to the bigger companies or the bigger organizations that have the money in order to continue to purchase a ridiculous amount of PlayStation 5s, there are regular everyday people who are doing it. And again, what I was alluding to earlier is there are some people who don't actually have a PlayStation 5, and the reason I figured that out is because throughout my search on Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp, I would see the same photos being used, and they all would say the same things, like, Cash App or whatever. They don't have the PlayStation 5. Please, guys, do not purchase from these scalpers. And please, guys, if I don't purchase from scalpers, but if you're gonna do it anyway, just be very careful, be mindful, and don't let your emotions get in the way and make you do something you'll regret, and you wind up just out of money and without a PlayStation 5. And here are some pictures of what these scalpers have managed to, how many PlayStation 5s these scalpers have managed to acquire, and some of them showing off their stock. And here's an article by TASS, T-A-S-S, Russian news agency, and it's so they asked Tim Ryan how he felt about the launch of the PlayStation 5. So here it is. How do you feel after a major tech launch in this year? And Jim Ryan's response was, I guess my two principal feelings are one of happiness as things appear to be going well, and secondly, of relief. We did it in this unusual, strange, and frankly rather difficult year. And there's another section over here where Ryan stated that absolutely everything is sold out. Jim Ryan is very happy about the fact that everything is sold out, as he should. Well, let me correct that. I understand why he's happy, because he is a business owner. He's trying to sell as many PlayStation 5s or of his product, as he possibly can. The issue is that the PlayStation 5, the demand for the PlayStation 5 was definitely inflated. And that's because of scalpers and using bots and buying them up in mass. And a lot of these PlayStation 5s aren't in families' homes. Like, just by this one company that we talked about earlier, what was the name again? Chef something. It doesn't matter. Just by that one company alone who managed to accumulate 3,500 PlayStation 5s. That's 3,500 PlayStation 5s that are being held hostage and being sold for, $2,000 or whatever during a pandemic where people don't really have money, but they probably just wanted to. They probably saved up for it over time, expecting to be able to purchase a PlayStation 5 as we got closer to release, because they wanted to just, have a new console and just enjoy video games at home, because we're in a strange time right now. So for the people that are blessed enough to be able to afford a console, they probably just wanted, they're stuck at home, have kids, and they just wanted to relax and just enjoy this console that came out and the new games that are coming out. Given, the new console gives you something to look forward to, new games that are going to be coming out this year during these crazy times. And I wonder how many PlayStation 5s would have actually been sold if it wasn't for these wild scalpers. Scalpers are always going to exist, but this happened. This was too much. I do have somebody that commented in one of my videos here, and this person here said the scalper bots are designed to take them out of your cart and also corrupt the site. For genuine users, it should be illegal, and these shops should cancel bot orders. These scalpers need to be doxxed. I'm not sure if I agree with all of that. I don't know if I really don't know if the bots are removing items from your cart. I have no idea. I do know that it's been shown that they are able to purchase once like Walmart, for example, restocks and they put it out, and you have the option to add the cart, the bots are able to add the cart and purchase items at a way faster rate than human reaction time. So I'm not saying he's right or wrong. I have no idea about all that stuff on if they're pulling items out of carts or not. Maybe it's true, maybe it isn't. But I am seeing more of this where people are saying that scalping should be illegal, and it's something that always existed, but during these weird times during this pandemic, it is very, very bad. Like we had an issue with toilet paper not that long ago, and here we are with the PlayStation 5, and people aren't able to. It's just sad. It's sad. And here we go on Twitter. Here's a PlayStation put out a statement saying that we want to thank gamers everywhere for making the PS5 launch our biggest console launch ever. Demand for the PlayStation 5 is unprecedented. So we wanted to confirm that more PS5 inventory will be coming to retailers before the end of this year. Please stay in touch with your local retailers. Again, I think the demand for the PlayStation 5 was inflated by scalpers. Not all of these PlayStations went into people's homes. Way too many didn't. And it's on PlayStation as well. And I'm not seeing a lot of YouTubers. A lot of YouTubers are saying that retailers are at fault because they had way too much time in between from the first time it happened. You restocked and relaunched it multiple times up until now on your sites. The retailers should not have been putting it on websites. I understand what they were trying to do. I believe they were trying to avoid a ton of people coming in because of COVID. But just like Black Friday, what I've been seeing at Best Buy and all of these other stores is they have people because of COVID. They have people coming in. They have a certain number of people come in and they're in a line. You could have just done that. Once you realize the first time that scalpers were, in large purchasing most of the too many of the PlayStation 5s, and you have comments on, and this is the thing, you have comments on PlayStation's Twitter here. You have comments on we were trying to purchase the PlayStation 5, on Walmart. If you were to click the reviews, the PlayStation 5 only had like 2.5, 3 stars, and people were complaining about what was going on. These retailers and Sony did see it, and I don't know how true it is, but part of me believes that they saw it and chose to ignore it because they still got money at the end of the day, and they may have not cared about who purchased it, or maybe they just really didn't see it. But the retailers definitely should have saw it. When it comes to Sony, this was just a fucked up launch, dude. and I just have a hard time believing that they didn't see any of the comments on Twitter at all, any of them. Here we are, PS Entertainment. It sold out. Well, Dwayne2241 says here it sold out because the scalper's low, so the numbers are not even right. Stop selling to bots. It doesn't make you a cent, and everyone is pissed. You'll still sell out in minutes. I'm not sure if it doesn't make these companies a cent or not. I don't know if that's true. I do believe that they're still getting paid, you know, regardless of who is purchasing it. And that's part of the problem. Why release the system early if you don't have enough units to cover demand? Why make it so retailers sell the systems online, making it easier for scalpers to rip people off? I've been in since PS1, still can't find a system. The most effective console launch? Question mark? You mean what you're saying? I don't know how the other guys can call this a win. Nobody got a console. The only people that have them are scalpers, and I'm going to go out on a limb here and say most people on this thread ain't buying from scalpers. No, I really believe that if you continue to purchase from scalpers, you are now you're creating more of them. It's part of the issue. Buying from scalpers breeds more scalpers. Buying from scalpers tells them what they're doing is right because it lines their pockets. So speaking of Crep Chief Notify, the company that wound up securing or taking 3,500 PlayStation 5s away from, you know, families or what have you, they actually put out a statement. Let us explain how it was done, with a medal showing that they really didn't give a shit, that they're saying that they did something better. The PS5 hype started back in October with the pre-order release. Members were informed to purchase on the go. We were prepared, had our in-house monitors ready, and come the day, 1,000 consoles were secured. The real chaos started on release day. Once again, we prepared the group, informed everyone of the potential, and was ready on go. The day came and members had feasted. 2,472 consoles secured on the day. Not with bots, as the media is portraying, all manual. Sure, we have the advantage with our knowledge and monitors, but that's just being prepared. Prepare to fail. Lots of our community have been furloughed, made redundant, or at some form of disadvantage due to the pandemic. You know, like the rest of us who wanted the PlayStation 5 as well. These people have managed to cover their bills, put food on the table, and supply Christmas presents to their children. It may be unfortunate that a child won't wake up with a PlayStation 5 this Christmas, but another child may have woken up to nothing. We have no regrets, as featured in and whatever the fuck that is. They're just some assholes who don't give a shit. They should not have been able to secure. I think that's bullshit. It's with bots. And the thing is, I'm pretty sure that they used bots. A lot of people were saying they were using bots as well. And if they say if we grant them that they didn't use those bots and they're telling the truth about that, this is still problematic. You've taken 3,500 consoles away from just everyday people who have been, during this pandemic, has worked their asses off, saved up their money to get a PlayStation 5 for their families, for their household, because most of people's times are spent indoors at this point. And now they're stuck with having to pay these ridiculous prices to these scalpers like 1,500 up to 2,200, and just these ridiculous prices. You've taken these consoles away from families and people. Also, these scalpers, like these people here, have contributed to the whole issue with, like, just based off of their explanation, where they had a shit ton of people lined up, or ready and waiting on monitors to snatch away PlayStation 5s and hold them hostage from other families. They contributed to why, for example, people like me couldn't get in, or had the PlayStation 5 in their cart and couldn't purchase it because the fucking website kept crashing. It's people like him, or it's people like them. These scalpers are exploiting people. What they are doing is exploiting people. We're not buying into your sob story. Fuck y'all. They snatched away PlayStation 5s from people and jacked up the price to this ridiculous amount, and they contributed to the shortage of PlayStation 5s and are forcing people to buy from them because they took so many. That's fucked up. And I just have an extremely difficult time believing that Sony, from the very beginning of this launch, never saw any of the comments that were going on their Twitter of people saying, hey, we're having an issue with scalpers. Walmart and Target and all of these other platforms that were selling the console just didn't see all of the comments flooding in saying that we're having issues with purchasing the console. Too many people didn't get it. These scalpers have a lot to do with why people were also having issues with receiving their PlayStation 5s or getting them stolen. Like, so for me, I don't know anybody, but it's a friend of a friend. Like, my friend was telling me about how her friend ordered the PlayStation 5, and in transit, it got stolen. It suddenly disappeared, and they didn't want to. They refused to work it out. The only thing they wanted to do was give her money back, and she was like, "Well, can I get another one?" No, they didn't want to do it. So, her PlayStation 5 disappeared, and it's not like it was in transit from like leaving whatever warehouse it was coming from. It was in transit, as in like it was like up the street from her house, and it suddenly didn't fucking show up. And there are numerous stories like that where PlayStation 5s are people out here risking their jobs to steal the PlayStation 5s because they're in a position of being able to do that, like working at like Amazon or UPS or USPS or what have you. I don't know about USPS, but yeah, you know what I mean. These delivery people are just stealing people's PlayStation 5s, and it's just insane. And people aren't receiving them, and these scalpers, like this company who purchased them in mass, which in turn artificially inflated the demand for the PlayStation 5s, also in turn limited the amount of PlayStation 5s that regular people were able to purchase outside of being forced to purchase them from scalpers, thus leading to people who have the opportunity to steal them, who works at like Amazon and UPS and USPS or whatever, who had the opportunity to steal them because of all the issues going around everywhere else. They may have felt as though, all right, well, this is not my chance because I don't really think I have a choice because, you know, when I tried shopping on Walmart's website to get the PlayStation 5, the website kept crashing in part because of you scalpers. So I'm just going to steal it. And now the person who actually paid for it doesn't get it, and maybe they get them, and maybe they'll get their money back. But like with my friend of a friend, they asked to not get the money back, but to get the goddamn product that they paid for. They don't care about the money right now. They want the thing that they thought they secured, that they know there's trouble going on everywhere. Like people are having issues with purchasing, but they felt great about managing to get one, and they're still not getting one, even though it was up the damn street. So do I believe that scalping, like what they did with toilet paper, and now what they're doing with the PlayStation 5, do I believe that it should be illegal? Yeah, probably. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. A lot of us are frustrated, I know. And I'll see you guys in the next one, okay? Take care. Oh, I love you all. Sorry about that. Take care.